が生じておりますのでね。
Hey guys, it's Kimber and welcome back to my channel where I talk about working, living, and traveling here in Japan. It's been a long time since I have made a video, so I'm so happy to welcome some of you back. Glad to see that you're here and still joining me for these videos. Today I want to talk about traveling, specifically traveling in the springtime in Japan. We are getting towards the end of March, and as many of you probably know, it is one of the biggest months in Japan because it is the month that the cherry blossom season usually kicks off. If you are planning a trip to Japan specifically to see cherry blossoms, this video is for you. Let me start off by painting a picture for you in your head. So if you want, go ahead and close your eyes and just kind of imagine, just kind of feel, breathe in this moment with me. Cherry blossoms in Japan, light, soft flowers on the tree, pink petals flowing in the wind, picnics underneath a perfect, picturesque tree, taking in the beautiful scenery. Let's talk about the dream and the reality of cherry blossoms in Japan. What if I told you that spring in Japan can also be crowded, cold, and completely unpredictable? If you're planning a trip to Japan to see the cherry blossoms, this video is for you. Yes, cherry blossoms are so beautiful. They are one of the most awe-inspiring sights you could possibly see in Japan. It is possible to get, you know, that perfect cherry blossom moment, but it is also possible to be disappointed in ways that you could never expect. So this is just kind of your reality check. Firstly, it is packed. If you're seeing cherry blossoms, especially in Tokyo, expect it to be overcrowded, overwhelmingly overcrowded. Thousands upon thousands, Japanese and foreigners alike, come just to see the cherry blossoms. Then there is the weather. Around this time in Japan, yes, it is spring, but it's not warm like most people would expect it to be. It is chilly, it is windy, and it is occasionally or frequently rainy during this season. And if you're not prepared for it, it can make it super uncomfortable. So I don't know if you're like me, but as a foreigner, I kind of just assumed that cherry blossom season was in March, and I think this is largely due to advertising of cherry blossoms ahead of time. There's so much information out there on websites and on social media promoting this like huge but short event in Japan, and many times people are posting really beautiful photos of cherry blossoms, but they could be from prior years, making it seem as though cherry blossoms are current and now in Japan in March, but that's simply just not true. Actually, in most places, including Tokyo, the blossoms tend to bloom pretty late into March. Actually, just this season, the first bloom wasn't until March 28th, and full bloom wasn't until March 30th, March 31st. So in Tokyo, I think it tends to bloom a little earlier, but a lot of other places in Japan, first bloom isn't occurring until like April 6th or April 10th. And unfortunately, the forecasts aren't always accurate. They're constantly updating. Depending on the weather, the first bloom can be postponed. Same with, you know, the full bloom. So the forecast is not something set in stone. It's a very flexible schedule. Now, this probably sounds very stressful, you know, thinking about how you're going to deal with the weather, how you're going to deal with the timing, how you're going to deal with the location that you're going to avoid the massive crowds. So here are a couple of ways that you can enjoy spring, especially cherry blossoms here in Japan. Firstly, visit less crowded places. Tokyo and Kyoto are extremely hot spots for tourists to visit, and it does make a lot of sense. There's a lot of places that you're going to want to visit in Japan, and it just happens that Tokyo and Kyoto are one of the top 2 places that people visit. But they are not the only places that have cherry blossoms. It's possible that smaller prefectures have incredible cherry blossom viewing and people just don't know because it's not mainstream. So it's totally possible. So definitely do your research when you're looking into cherry blossom season. Another tip is to have a backup plan. Like I said, the weather is super unpredictable, and if it's raining, maybe it won't stop you from seeing cherry blossoms, but it will be extremely uncomfortable and chilly, and it may damper the experience of going to see cherry blossoms. So have a backup plan. If the day that you plan to go see cherry blossoms ended up being a rainy day, maybe swap that day with like a different activity. The cherry blossoms are always going to be there. It's just really finicky when they decide to pop out for you and to really show off and bloom. Then yes, I know, cherry blossoms are all the hype. Like, that's why you come to Japan if you're especially into flowers. But cherry blossoms are not the only spring flower here, and actually there's so many other beautiful flowers to see. April, I believe, is tulip season. There are so many outstanding tulip fields here in Japan, especially for days when the weather is not so great. They are also really beautiful in rainy weather days. So if you don't happen to catch cherry blossoms, maybe have a backup plan of seeing other beautiful flowers in the area as well. So, is spring really the best time to visit Japan? Well, it depends. If you love festivals, spring flowers, and don't mind the crowds, yes, go for it. But if you hate unpredictable weather and very large crowds, maybe spring season in Japan isn't for you. But there's many other beautiful seasons here in this country as well, so don't be discouraged. So what do you think? Would you still visit Japan in spring? And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos about travel. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!